bitch. Ayy. Like my dead partner, nigga. Wanna catch you, it's up, nigga. Gon' fucking die. I say lock that boy the fuck up. Ooh. I'm back in that mode, bitch. Chopper take a nigga soul, bitch. Go, bitch. I say I'm back on that go and they say I'm the go, bitch. He try to slide, I'ma smoke that nigga. Can't take me away from my kids. Fuck your bitch and go take her my kids. Make her swallow, she can't take her my kids. I gotta drop this bitch so bro can come copy this bitch. I guess you could say I be taking care of all my kids good. He wanna cap like he slid good. I been getting money, I say I'm a rich ass nigga and she say as you should. Dobbs ain't never in the hood. Playing this bitch, he cooked. That chopper go shoot, he shook. He let that chain hang, then it's took. All that bitch say is bang bang, it's like Chief keep writing a book. I say I'm back on that go and they say I'm the go, bitch. He try to slide, I'ma smoke that nigga. Can't take me away from my kids. Fuck your bitch and go take her my kids. Make her swallow, she can't take her my kids. I gotta drop this bitch so bro can come copy this bitch. I guess you could say I be taking care of all my kids good. Oh, you turned up. Hop up in that ride, rubber burnt up. Series of fortune events. She a motherfucking one beat. Small me out like Nick. I'm on my shoes, man. Letting you know in advance. She wanna come, she drill. That shit I can't stand. Shit just blew my eye. She get on my nerves, I'm like, guy. Paint her faces in her eye. Then I get up in that ride. Say you turned up. Shooters get a miss and he ain't turned up. She's a fortunate bitch. She a motherfucking one beat. She asked me where I been. I been turned. Oh, you turned. That little boy's squirt. But if I don't today, vert. Get the car, get immersed. They been tryna get me cursed. I ain't never felt like learning. It's kinda getting hard to turn. Keep on 50, we all burn them. Oh, you turned up. Hop up in that ride, rubber burnt up. Series of fortune events. She a motherfucking one beat. Small me out like Nick. I'm on my shooters, man. Letting you know in advance. She wanna come, she drill. That shit I can't stand. Shit just blew my eye. She get on my nerves, I'm like, guy. Paint her faces in her eye. Then I get up in that ride.
Them slaves, man, y'all ain't no way for me, man. Free the team, free DOA, free 308, we outside, man. Good bound, nigga, all Peter guys, free the guys, nigga, sometimes. When I'm smoking on yellow, I pop me a Cosby. Shit a hottie, bust a Kalani. Too deep, I believe Yagi. We spin a harder, like it's a hobby. Dog got the Gaki, beat him like Rocky. Free Abby, that nigga Ali. Like where your bros at, them niggas kids. Smoke G-pop, she got a cake. Oh, they think they lit, cause they wanna diss. Everything cake, we don't do no clicks. I'm like where the hoes at, shit getting lit. Doing hip shit, she getting bad. Only Doug getting ducks and it's never a Douglas. Catch one, he gon' go with his mans. Fresh out of jail and I see I got fans. Fresh out of bail and I still keep it 10.
3 deep when you went on the what? I was just jacking this up and it's still at. Smoke G-pop and the spike, I killed that. Crush my blood, I'm thin. Niggas ain't scoring, ain't missing. Sweeping the spot, pack 'em up, now they all gon' miss. I'm right here, get up close if you want to. Big shots, I show this gun through like, why's my name in your tracks? Spin through 1 deep, 2 tight. Shoot first, no time to react. When I shot, I just can't put the knockdown. He trim, but he still getting shot down. When I block shot, knock him for drag. J-Hound, Ron, Dick, T, top shelf. Can't catch him, then we crash his track. And I told ya before that I'm tired of these new niggas dissing. Pull up and we get this gun on go with the G33. Got me feeling like Bentley. Get them close, ain't no missing. Like, Russell got beast all limping. Like, Mac got post on the twitching. Like, Raw got shot in his biscuit. Like, God, on my block, where they at? Like, these niggas never got back. Like, let's go blitz on the axe. Pop just died. That's an ape in the back. Like, bend it like where niggas at. If I catch me a sweeper, leave him on his back.
When I'm smoking on yellow, I pop me a Cosby. Shit a hottie, bust a gelati. Too deep, I bleed Yagi. We spin a hauler like it's a hobby. Don't get the Glocky, beat him like Rocky. Free Oppie, that nigga Ollie. Like when your bros at them niggas kids. Smoke G-pop, shit got a cake. Oh, they think they lit, cause they wanna dance. Everything cake, we don't do no clicks. I'm like where the hoes at, shit getting lit. Doing hip shit, she getting bent. Only Dougie and Douglas, it's never a Douglas. Catch one, he gon' go with his mans. Fresh out of jail and I see I got fans. Fresh out of bail and I still keep it 10.
Only Dougie and Dougs, it's never a Douglas. Remember when I first heard that shit? I was like, yeah, this nigga Dougie B needs to stay off the yerks so he can actually make good music. Cause that nigga be spazzing. But what's going on, y'all? Nice little day, nice little Wednesday. This the last day I'm gonna be streaming for the next like 3 days because I have work back to back to back. And we'll see if I get off early enough to stream on whenever I get off. So we're going to see. But so I'm not excited for that. But I will be back. Of course, like always, I'm Batman. Got to be back. But nah, Brian and JJ Reddick dropped a pod like today. And I thought it was going to be, I didn't know it was going to be this early. I thought it was going to wait a little bit longer. But they dropped episode 1. So fuck any other plan I have. We finna binge that entire thing. It's like 40 minutes. So boring stream, I guess. But before that, I got a couple TikToks. Niggas know I got the TikToks for days. I got some shit to talk about, man. What's up in life, man? People bullshitting. Ooh. Don't show you the files. That's not good. All right. First off, of course. So it looks like Azula got casted. Azula got recasted. My live action Avatar critique is still on one of my VODs and it's on my TikToks. So what I'm about to say is not because I'm a big fan of the live action. I love it so much that it can't be critiqued. I feel like this was a little unnecessary. I feel like she shouldn't even have been casted in the beginning. If y'all are gonna stamp this, be like, no, we're getting her, and we're gonna stick beside her. Y'all need to stick beside her. Don't cast her. Let her get comfortable in the role. Y'all had all this time to preview and see if you didn't like her acting or not. Y'all wait till it comes out, and then y'all see the critiques, and then y'all change it. On one end, yeah, it's good. Listen to the fan base. If the fan base not feeling it, do that. But I feel like this was something y'all could have easily caught before. And on the other side, that I want to say, bro, a lot of you niggas are just assholes. Like, anytime I see this girl in her Azula cosplay, not cosplay, my bad, her Azula uniform or whatever, even on, like, it won't even be her in her Azula fit. It'll just be anything. Niggas just being assholes, calling her fat and shit. Like, I love Elizabeth. She ate Appa. Like, you niggas are just so weird. Like, I never understood that. That shit is just so green. Like, why okay, sure, she has a bit chubbier face, but I'm seeing niggas say someone was like, Azula's a perfectionist. She would never let herself go. Like, basically gain weight. The girl isn't fat. She got a little bit of face fat, and I get that critique. Azula face isn't that, chubby. You would want someone with slim proportions. But I feel like niggas be forgetting, bro. Like, people forget that it's because they on the internet and they don't really see the effects of this shit. But imagine what's going on through this girl, like how she's feeling right now. Since the show dropped. Imagine what she's going through. Like, that shit is just so lame to me. Like, I will never like, you niggas are so weird, bro. Like, that shit been blowing me. I've been seeing just mainly men, which is so lame to me. Like, come on, like, as men, we gotta learn. Like, these are kids, of course, but I'm seeing like grown teens do the same shit. Like, niggas is happy about this shit, bro. Like, cool, okay, we get a new casting, cool. But I feel like y'all niggas set her up. The fans is doing too much, and that's just my opinion on it. Cool, she got recasted, it is what it is, but like, what the fuck? You did a good job. Ooh, Kayla. Let's talk about it. Cause I've been listening to the tea. Kayla, you're cooked. You're cooked. You're let's get us a little bit of salt, some pepper, some cayenne, maybe some Old Bay. Let's throw that all in a nice little pot. Get it simmering on 350. Cause you're cooked, man. I've been looking at the TikToks. I've been seeing everything, and I'm here for the tea. Turns out, I remember this girl. I remember her. She been on TikTok. She been causing hell for a good little minute. I originally remember her cause when she was dating Spencer, and they had a cute little relationship till she ended up cheating on him and then saying that he beat her and ruined his image. I remember that. And then she got with another man. I mean, I think it was a girl this time. Cheated on that girl as well. And now you gonna cheat on Summer? Yeah, let's get her up out of here. Yeah, Kayla, your time is done. You're done. The evisceration of Kayla, whatever your last name is, because this lady been causing hell all these times, and we just not realizing that. I know that's it back in 2021, 2020 when this shit was happening. You're done, man. You're evil. Look at you. It's the demons. It's the piercings. It's the neck tat. You're evil. You're a demon. You're about to be banished. You're done, ma'am. Have a nice day. Oh, God. Oh, God.
So everybody, y'all got.
So to the black people.
Fuck. There's an edit. Hold on. Basically, I can't play the shit. Me after Trump says stimulus checks for everybody 18 plus if he wins again. I don't care if she's joking, because people truly believe this, man. It is so sad to see my people like just not knowing to stand the fuck up. Trump offered that first stimulus 4 years ago, and I've still been having to fight off every single hood nigga telling them, bro, that nice little 1,400 ain't nothing, bro. That's a college refund check. You could just went to college and get a refund check for that amount, bro. That was not nothing. I've never seen, and I love my people, and I will never hop on the other side, you know what I'm saying, and start talking down on them. But it's just this topic right here, like my people, like this shit just be cooking me, y'all. Come on, we got to do better for this. I'm always hearing at least when Trump was in office, he gave us some money. Nigga, fuck your money, bro. That's 3 paychecks for me, bro. That's 3 paychecks. In this economy, $1,200 gonna get us what? You can't even pay rent with $1,200. I can't pay rent with $1,200 in my dorm right now. Come on, y'all. That's some bullshit. We out here. Come on, y'all. Y'all playing with me. And it's like, I get it. Joe Biden's ass too. Trump is ass. This election is gonna be really difficult to decide who. Go Cornell West or something. But yeah, like this is ridiculous, man. We gotta do better, man. That weak ass check, bro. That weak ass check. This is fucking disgusting.
Come with me.
Come with you? Let me see your wrist. What's your wrist? Come here, Keisha. Let me see your wrist. Let me see you. Right now. Here you go.
This is so wrong. Like this is, bro. And I'm not even gonna blame Tony, because Tony did the best he could to bring him out of his situation. And Tony a hood nigga himself. And this isn't a diss at him. He may not be the most intelligent nigga. So the situation he's putting him in, he doesn't see the problem with it. But I'm seeing every single adult, these are grown adults. Tony don't get a pass because he's still an adult. But I'm seeing multitudes of adults and content creators around this nigga. And I don't see not a single one not use this nigga, put him in. I don't see a single one that's not putting him in uncomfortable situations, not using him for views, and just not protecting his child. That's a fucking kid, bruh. Melt is probably the only nigga I've seen who's had a fair, decent interactions. I'm gonna even say Kyle, because Kyle was tweaking. Putting him on there, and you got that little boy out here talking about something on there. I'm gonna art that girl, and even though he corrected her, still, like, you know what I'm saying? Her, my bad, him, still. I'm saying this shit is so sad to see, bruh. And it's so crazy. Because if we get the roles switched, the world is, it's going to be hellfire all. And I hate bringing that up if the roles were switched. But just in this situation, if the roles were reversed, and this is a little girl who's an art, if Sexy Red brings, I love Sexy, by the way. If Sexy was to recruit a little girl into her, like, put her on and musically, and then have her around a whole bunch of grown niggas and grown women doing all this shit in clubs, getting twerked on, RT getting twerked on in the club, getting twerked on, you see weed, niggas getting twerked on, niggas with clothes not on at clubs and shit. If this is a little girl doing this shit, bro, the world's ending, bro. And his mom the same way. And I never would disrespect people with kids because it's difficult. But god damn, like, this shit just sad to see. And of course, he's not gonna say nothing. Like this is just this is just disgusting. You talking about let me see your wrist to 12-year-old? I mean like a 12-year-old. Even if it's a joke, this shit not funny. This shit is just weird. Let me go read. RT go raise up this room more. By the way, no, that shit is fucking weird, bro. Like this shit is just weird. You's a weirdo. Like this shit just made me mad, bro. Bro, like let me get up out of here before I just start headbutting walls. What's this?
Angle looks fine, you know what I'm saying, but here we are, and from this angle it looks fine, you know what I'm saying, but it's slanted, you know, you've effed me over once again. I've trusted you with my money, and you've consistently disappointed me. I will never, ever let you touch my hair again. And it's just ridiculous because you figured it out on the sides.
Bro, I fuck with this dude, bro. He seems so cool. Like he seems like a nice guy. Like this is like a nice guy about to start like a quote unquote villain art. Like, this nigga, like he's just too calm. I feel like that the woman who did his hair, we need to check on her because she's gone. Like her house is gone. It's been blown up. This nigga probably called an airstrike. Got her like this nigga's just funny, bro.
From this angle looks fine, you know what I'm saying.
Look what you've done to me. I don't know what it is though. Why do hairstylists like? It's always slanted. Like when I had my cornrows, shout out the girl who do my hair. One of them would always be a little slanted. And I didn't mind it. It is what it is. But like one of them would always be a little iffy, like to the side a little bit. And like I be seeing niggas with these. Every now and then I be seeing barrels, like one barrel's like slightly slanted. Is it because of the parts? I don't know, bro. I'd be interested to see that too. Like, But yeah, this nigga funny.
A lot of you told me I should be washing my chicken. So let's.
WPS. Bro, like, this is why you don't eat people food. This is why you don't eat everybody food, bro. This is why you don't eat everybody food, bro. Oh, hell nah. She's tweaking. And it's not that I didn't expect this. It's, you know, it's you know, it is what it is. I'm in class, bruh. Tell me why this girl gonna say. My teacher asks, "Hey, what y'all do for spring break?" This girl gonna say, "I swam with sharks in the Bahamas." I looked over to the girl next to me on some cool shit. Me and her cool. She said, "That's that WPS," and I said, you read my girl?" I was like, "That's that WPS." Hell yeah, like that shit crazy, bruh. She's.
Have a triple bypass, triple platinum.
Bro, this is a max level big back. This isn't even big back no more. This is infinite back. This, I don't know what I can even call this. This is scary. This isn't even big back no more. This is an infinite back. This is a multitude of backs. Like I see chicken nuggets, I see apple pie, I see regular pizza, I see waffle with syrup, some tender, like, man, this is, bro, like, oh my god, I seen this and my chest started hurting. My teeth start hurting. Like, I need some water just looking at this shit. Like, this is crazy fucking work, bro. The back is bigger than I can even think about. And someone said, let me guess, it's glazed in Hennessy. That's actually funny. God bless. Ooh. Hey Dylan, why you don't run track? Dylan, you fast. Why you don't run track? I'll be damned if I do a sport where I gotta get on my all fours, on my fucking knees with my buns to the sky, ready to be inserted on because I'm so tired. I'll be damned. Oh, hell no. This nigga just pointing at me. Oh, he gotta get hit. I gotta punch him in the face just because. But hell no. Look at this nigga, bro. He's defeated. This nigga get back shots from Casper because he's so out of breath. Hell no. I'm cool about this. Never. I'd rather die. Stick to my basketball. Because even I'm out of breath. How tired do you have to be to do this shit? Because in basketball, you know, I get real tired and shit. But like, look at this nigga is done. Yeah, hell no. I'm staying away from that shit. But nah, for the main event, bro, like, I'm so excited. Like, all of my life, I wanted to hear two people talk basketball. I could never afford the ESPN Plus Kobe breakdown thing. So I only saw TikTok clip. I mean, like, I would see Instagram clips or whatever, or YouTube clip, wherever I would see that, I forget. But I always wanted to see Kobe talk ball, and I always wanted to see LeBron talk ball, because LeBron is the smartest player in history. No glaze. So I'm truly interested to see, like, I seen a clip, bro, like, I'm so excited, bro. Like, I'm so excited.
First of all, dude, I'm so excited to have this conversation. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I just wanted to, before we start, I want to make sure we're on the same page with like why we're doing this, right?
Thank you.
This is good.
I think like the core, it's got to be what nothing else is, which is we're celebrating the game, right? So I think
It's so good, like, you got Brown and JJ, because he of course, Brown, but JJ truly loves talking basketball. I remember he was talking with Tyrese, and he was talking about basketball. Dang, I was a stutter. I'm not bad. I was watching. Hold on, let me check something important real quick. Bro, this nigga's baiting, bro. I'm not gonna keep this. This nigga's baiting. This nigga is not sending that shit. Shit is not sending. It's cool though. I ain't taking his like this. Let's keep what we got. But yeah, JJ loves talking ball, so I'm excited.
I think overall, like, I want it to feel comfortable, relaxed. I want it to strike a very positive tone.
Not every team calls it thumb down. I know when I played for Stanford.
Oh shit! Hold on.
And the
My fault.
It just comes out naturally, like whatever.
Let's do it.
Making of a great basketball player. Okay.
Welcome to Mind the Game with LeBron James and JJ Reddick. This is a new podcast presented by Uninterrupted and 342 Productions. I want to be clear here. This is a basketball show. This is a show with the intention and purpose to celebrate the game, promote the game, explain the game. We will be covering a number of topics, not just the NBA. NCAA, men's and women's, WNBA, FIBA. LeBron and I are two people. Question: what makes a great basketball player?
I'll make sure you get into the conversation. I'm sorry. No disrespect, JJ. You know I fought with you. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you like already. Let's go and get this conversation going. That's what I want to see. Let's talk, JJ.
What'd you bring?
Well, we're gonna start off. I brought 2 bottles. Chamberlain 2012. I brought this. This is special. My first championship year. Very special to me. So.
It's a good vintage in Burgundy.
Very, very good vintage. And then Lynch Bosch, 95. I just brought that. I just feel like that's a nice little aftershock. But I'm gonna open.
Okay, I'm sorry. Like, oh my god. Oh, bro, this nigga just brings me up. Like, this nigga, like, bro, this is so, bro, like, hold on, my bad, y'all. I'm getting fucking nervous hearing this talk for so long. Like, no weird shit. I'm not glazing. I'm not glazing, bro. Like, this nigga just talking. Like, I just start smiling this shit, bro.
Putting the 2012 Chamberlain, and then we could just. That's okay.
It's more than okay with me.
I heard you're a wine guy too, so.
Well, I told you this. We were originally supposed to record this first sit down in New York. So in anticipation of that, I actually brought 3 bottles of 89 Leroy, Clos de la Roche, to the office. And obviously some things came up. We didn't make it work, so.
That's a great sound, by the way.
We were both on the same page.
Yes,
we were both
absolutely.
on the same page,
Absolutely.
which I love. It's funny, I called your game Wednesday night against the Clippers. You had just an insane 4-4.
Oh, that was this shit. I remember it. Damn, this is old. Not old, but like this is a while ago then. But it's like weeks ago. Because I remember this when this all happened. In fourth quarter, he started with like, what, 13, ended with like 34?
And I was talking about, as it relates to you, competitive stamina, which is simply the ability to do something at a high level and then get up the next day and do it again. And for you, that's happened season after season, year after year. I think the best players have a level of competitive stamina. And it's one of 3 qualities for me that make a great basketball player. Because your quote after the game, it was, I know I was born with some gifts and athletic abilities, but that only gets you so far.
For sure.
What are the qualities for you that make a great basketball player?
The qualities that make a good basketball player. Adaptability or malleability, whichever one you want to say. Between those two is one option. Like malleability, I feel like that's really important for players, especially like due to the fact that you could get like that you could be put in different positions the further you continue your basketball career. like from either literal positions to different schools where they they run different schemes, or even just different teams. And again, they run different schemes. There's different dynamics. So I feel like malleability. I feel like drive. I feel like a competitive spirit. I feel like you have to really have a competitive edge. And I'll probably say I'll probably go generic and probably just say determination, resilience. What about you? Well, I'm gonna let Brown go next, but yeah, that's my thoughts.
Beyond just talent and skill set and size.
Knowing the history of the game.
Okay, that's fair.
Knowing the history of the game, knowing the ones that came before you, knowing the ones that paved the way.
That's fair.
Knowing the reason why you're actually having the ability to actually live out your dream.
Okay.
That doesn't happen without the people that came before you. It doesn't happen without Bill Russell, you know, going through what he went through during the civil rights movement and all those things. Oscar Robertson going on with what he had to deal with, you know, during those times. It does not happen if they're able to just be pure in who they are. That allows us to now perform and do it with no care. Also, I think discipline.
Discipline. Okay.
People,
I like that.
You know what? People use that word so loosely.
What does it mean to you?
You have to have the ability when it comes to discipline. It's like you have to sacrifice loved ones. You have to sacrifice loved ones for a long period of time if you want to be great. It is very unfortunate, and you feel it at times. You know the saying: if it's too hot, get the hell out of the kitchen. Sometimes you just gotta get out of the kitchen because it gets hot. But you have to have a discipline. To sometimes you have to sacrifice loved ones in order to be great because they don't understand. And that's okay. They don't understand what it means to, like, I am getting up every single day at 5 or 6 a.m. And when I get home after everyone leaves the gym, I'm going to take a nap. So now you're sacrificing your loved ones because you're not spending time with them. And when I wake up, I'm probably going to train again. And then I'm going to have dinner. And then I'm going to bed. And I'm going to do that every single day for a long period of time. That's sacrificing and discipline. You know, and for me, I was 18 when I came.
I'm listening, and no way I'm a joke. So this is like, I'm genuinely intrigued to this conversation. But no joke, right now, LeBron is literally sounding like some. This is like his tone of voice right now reminds me of Neil deGrasse Tyson. The way Neil talks about space and stuff, the way he enunciates himself and things like that. This nigga Brown sounds like fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson.
To the league. So I got my best friends from high school that's now in college. I got one that's at Ohio State. I got two that's at the University of Akron. I have another one that's at a school in West Virginia, Fairmount State. And they're calling me, telling me, hey, bro, you gotta come down to these parties. You're not going to college. You're never going to be in college. And I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. I look back on it now, I wish I would have done a few of them. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, I wish I did. But then the third thing JJ asked, do you really love the game?
Okay.
Like, do you really love the game? And I'm not just talking about like wins and losses. Do you really love the process of the game and everything that happens before the referee does like this? That's the easy part. You know this. You know this. You was one of the first ones in the gym, one of the last ones to leave. Everyone sees when the cameras are rolling and the 20,000 fans are there and the cheerleaders are dancing and the popcorn is popping and the celebrities are sitting in celebrity row. But like, who has the love for the game when nobody is there? You know?
I love all of that. And it's interesting, the love of the game part is so funny to me because I think there's a distinction between loving the game, i.e. the game, the actual competition itself, and what it means to actually love the game and everything that goes into that. You hear guys all the time, I just want to play, I just want to play. Okay, do you want to do all the things that are necessary that lead up to playing the actual game?
Well, the guys that say, I just want to play, their career won't be long.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to put in all the intricate parts of to get to that point. It's not going to last that long. It's not going to last that long. You won't have a long, sustainable career, and that's okay. Some guys, I mean, you've been in a locker room. Some guys don't really care about playing a long time in this league or having a sustain. So sometimes I look in like some of the all-star locker rooms I've been in, and you see a guy 1 year, or you see a guy maybe 2 years, and then he's not in the locker room anymore after that, and you just like wonder to yourself why. You know, you don't know. You don't know if it's the max contract that he got after he made the all-star team. You don't know if now they know him by one name for one summer. You know, you just don't know. But it's like if you want to be great and want to be like legendary, or not even, I don't even say that. If you want to maximize everything that you have with your career and your ability, then squeeze the fuck out of that lemon.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. I want to talk about each of those three things a little in depth, because I also have three things. But the history of the game part's interesting to me, because you brought up Oscar Robertson.
Mm-hmm.
And whether the casual fan knows this or not, Oscar Robertson sued in 1970 for free agency. And that court case took 6 years. So the NBA really didn't have any form of free agency until 1976. Side note, in 1977, at the time in free agency, you had to compensate the team that was losing the player.
Mm-hmm.
So Gail Goodrich left the Los Angeles Lakers and went to
like, bro,
the Jazz.
Bro, like, that's so interesting. This nigga just knows off the fucking top of his head. Like, that's so interesting. That's so fucking intriguing to me. This nigga JJ Reddick is a mind, bro. Has a real like a basketball mind. Like, just knows facets of the game that I'll never know, and I'm just so interested. That's why I'm really excited to even watch this. Like, I didn't even know that, and I feel like I'm not even a casual. You know, I feel like I'm pretty well versed in basketball a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know that he sued the NBA.
The Jazz compensated the Lakers with some future draft picks. One of those picks turned out to be Magic Johnson.
Magic.
Pretty interesting. You talked about the discipline. It's pretty interesting.
That's pretty cool, though. It's like soccer now.
Yeah.
It's like soccer. You got to compensate the club in order.
There wasn't real unrestricted free agency. John Concact was the first guy, and that was like 1987.
Right.
It just didn't exist.
Right.
The reason, I didn't make as much money as you, but the reason I got to make a lot of money in the NBA is like, it's a direct line to Oscar Robertson.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, so let's celebrate that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You talked about the sacrificing loved ones. I always felt like my pursuit was so selfish.
Yeah.
And I would acknowledge that to my wife, my kids, whatever, my friends.
Yeah.
It was so selfish. But it was like the only way that I knew how to do it. It's the only way.
That's it.
So you touched on those things. My three things are competitive stamina, which I'm going to get to in a second. The love of the game is one of mine, for sure. Caring more about your craft instead of the other stuff that doesn't matter is a direct quote from you.
For sure.
And then the third one, I think, is basketball IQ.
Yeah.
Basketball IQ. I have described Nikola Jokic, I've described you as having supercomputers. Like, your processing speed is a little different. I put James Harden in that category. I put Luka in that category. There's
Luka there, Kobe,
that have like a different
Steve,
processing speed.
JJ,
Some of this stuff,
Tyrese.
love of the game, that's a little bit of just desire,
Yep.
attitude, all that stuff. Competitive stamina, same thing.
Yep.
Can you develop basketball IQ at the highest level?
Can you
get a little
develop
smarter
it?
as a player. Can you develop it as a
You know what's
at the
funny?
highest level?
When you brought up basketball.
Can you develop basketball IQ at the highest level? I think so. I mean, your brain is a muscle, so if that's the case, you can train it to learn anything. But that's how, if you're really willing to learn it, you know, that's what I really think it is. If you're willing and like open to learning, and sitting down and putting in reps and reps and reps and hours and hours and hours and hours in the film and learning, I think, yeah, you can learn. I don't think there's an inherent skill that comes with things like basketball IQ or like, you know, like when it comes to thinking. I feel like some people probably like access it faster, like, or access it earlier on. But I think it just comes from years of just actually putting in reps and just knowing it, you know. Well, not knowing it, but you know, yeah. There's at the same time there's like maybe like some small inherent like brain trait that, you know, some people might have that's like a tiny sliver different from normal players. But I think you can not easily, but I think you can absolutely learn. I think you absolutely can. I ain't gonna cap.
Basketball IQ. The first thing that came to my mind, I started thinking right away. I was like, are you born with basketball IQ, or are you taught the game the right way, and now the basketball IQ clicks on? Like, I was literally just, when you was explaining that, because I come from, I believe, great coaching. You know, from my Little League coach, Frank Walker, senior, to my, at the time, AAU coach, Coach Drew Joyce.
Drew, shout
to
out
my
Mr.
high school
Drew.
coach, who was a former college coach, Coach Danbrot, and then my AAU coach took over when Coach Danbrot went back to college basketball. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I was taught the game the right way. But the one thing that those coaches always told me, they told me that I had an uncanny ability to process
pick up
information faster than anyone they've ever seen.
So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like you can have like inherent abilities to pick up things faster. I think that's true. But yeah, I think like you can easily say that about LeBron. You can say that about people like LeBron and Kobe and stuff. Well, mainly LeBron, mainly. But yeah. You can have an inherent ability to pick up to process things a little bit faster than most people. Yeah.
One coach, and this is, I know you're gonna smirk about this. There's guys in the NBA that if you call a play or a coach draw a play to one side of the floor, they can't switch it in their head and do it and say, let's run it to the other side without the coach drawing on the clipboard.
Yeah.
I've never understood that. And I don't know. I never understood that. So if
I hoop for a little while. I see what he's saying. There's people that was on my team that couldn't understand it. I'm not trying to act like I'm a fucking genius intellect or something, but I get what he's saying. That's actually true. There's some people players who that's not calling them dumb or anything, but like they'll need to see it on a playbook, regardless of how. Okay, say like I remember one of the plays was like drag or something. That was like some screen stuff, or like like a box one. Like, how did you run that play? Give me a sec. It would be like the one is bringing the ball up on the court either side. You would have the 2 and 3, no, the 4 and the 5 on the blocks. They'll start in the 2 and the 3 will start in both opposite corners. Something would happen. It was like a misdirection or something. Something would happen to where they end up behind the 4 and the 5, of course, in the block. And that'll be like a down screen. And that'll cause them to be able to they'll end up crossing off the down screen. They'll cross and then go to the opposite side of the corner. And then the point guard, what would the point guard do? I forget what the PG would do to be able to get the ball to him. It was something they would do to break down around the cut. However, but yeah, like if we ran a box one or whatever, on to the left side, they couldn't then replicate that same play on the right side.
say we run it,
or like a drag, like we ran a drag. It's a regular like pick and roll, but like the corners will cross. It was like real like simple, bit like basic plays back then. It was freshman year. It was basic plays. But yeah, we run like a drag or double drag, which is like either a regular pick and roll, or you can run like a double screen. So you'll call whichever one you want, and then the corners will go. So you have like the big man, the 4, I believe. The 4 will come up for the screen. You'll go past him. He'll roll. The 2 corners will cross, and then the 5, I forget what the 5 will do.
we running thumb down angle. We're running on the right side. So because I have a left-hand point guard, he wants to come middle to a strong hand. He has the ability to hit the pocket pass with the left hand, has the ability to throw ahead, he's lefty, and also has the ability to throw back on the shake. But if I say, hey, we running thumb down.
This is so cool. That's so cool. Like hearing it, and like even though I know basketball so I could pick up, keeping up to how fast he said it, but the fact that they can like hear they're showing evidence of these plays is so fucking cool to me. But hold on, thumbnail. So half court set in which a ball screener receives a down screen from another offensive player before initiating a pick and roll with the ball handler. So the guy who's setting the screen is gonna get a down screen from another player, and then after he gets the down screen, he's gonna come down and set a pick and roll with the main point guard. Okay.
Angle on the left side, because now the right hand guard coming right, I've had teammates that's like, oh, what do you mean? Coaches always, in practice, we only ran it from this side.
Yeah.
I could flip a play when I was 8 years old. No matter if it was just pass and cut, no matter if it was, let's run flex, but let's start on the left side.
When a player receives a screen from a teammate leading them into the paint where they can receive a pass for a layup or a shot into the hoop. So, like, would that be like a backdoor cut? Like you said, a screen and he'd backdoor it? So, like, if I'm in the corner and twin come, like an off ball? Would that be like an off ball, really? Like, whoever running top of the key point guard, if I'm in the corner getting the ball, or I'm in the corner, I have the big come, set the off ball screen, and I'm going to go pass for alley-oop, I'm assuming.
Right. No matter if it was just, let's DHO, driving cake. The last one, all right, now let's just drive the baseline drive, drift. If the forward on the left side is looking at the ball, you can slot cut. I could do that. I was doing that stuff when I was like 8, 9 years old.
We're already halfway through, but it's kind of slightly annoying me. I am a little bit above his hat, and I want to make sure I'm not in his way.
And
make sure I'm not in his way. That's solid.
And my coaches would just be blown away, and I wouldn't know where it came from. I have no idea. So to get back to your question, I think I was born with a sports IQ, and it could have been any sport, but I just think basketball was the one that I chose, and maybe I was chosen to do that as well. Yeah. And I just took it to a whole, as I got older and your mind you start to live it, you start to want to be a part of it, you start watching. I started watching the games, when I was like 19 years old. When I first started, I was watching just a fan. I was just a fan of Michael Jordan and Anthony Penny Hardaway and Grant Hill and, those guys. I was just a fan. But then when I started playing the game, I actually started like studying what those guys were doing out on the floor and what teams were doing, how teams were guarding, how coaches were coaching, subbing patterns, time of possession. The one thing that kills me, JJ, in our league, I'm gonna tell you what kills me.
Tell me what kills you.
The 2-for-1 shot at the end of quarters.
Are you going on an anti-crusade against the 2-for-1?
I understand why the 2-for-1 is important. Obviously, it's numbers. You get 2 possessions, the other team gets 1 possession.
In theory, it's a free shot.
In theory, it's a free shot. But what people sometimes don't account for, the 4 or 5 possessions before that. Are we on a run? Are we on a heater? Have we gotten a good shot over the last 2.5 minutes? What is the other team doing?
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
Are they in a great rhythm? If we haven't gotten a great shot in 2.5, 3 minutes and we've been turning the ball over, why am I just going to dribble down and shoot a 40-footer with 33 on the clock? Why not get a great look? Because that great look at the end of the third, even if we get 1 shot, may give us momentum going into the 4th quarter.
Type shit.
Right. It's interesting because I think it does fuck with the flow of the game. And as a player, I felt that. As a broadcaster now, where I'm calling games, you have such a good feel as like an outside observer of this action happening. So, end of the 2nd quarter, you're going into halftime with the lead. You've established, let's say, a pick and roll partnership where you're getting a good shot every time down the floor. On the other end, you're getting stops. So the other team's you're right. Why are you going to just jack up a 35-footer? Just go to the pick and roll, rely on your defense. Now, boom, you go into the half with essentially the same momentum you would have if you get the 2-for-1.
Yeah.
By the way, you shouted out your coaches. I want to say this because I think some of it is innate with basketball IQ.
Yeah.
Some of it is the way you're taught. Some of it is going back to your point about discipline, the dedication to the craft. I gotta shout out my coaches now. Because Delmar Irving
Yeah.
Keith Haynes, Dick Wall, my early coaches for the Roanoke Jaguars.
Yeah.
They taught me how to play. They taught me how to play with toughness. I get to JV, 8th grade, Chris Morris, Billy Hicks. Then I go to Coach K at Duke.
Yeah.
So by the time I got to the NBA, I knew how to process and think the game. It wasn't new to me. It wasn't new to me to think the game.
You also knew what was bullshit and what was not bullshit.
Yes.
There's a lot of bullshit that gets taught in our league because our league has been feast off potential. Guys with potential. They come in and say, this guy has potential. We have to, if it's not year 1, maybe year 2, or not year 3, or maybe year 4, or we're gonna pick up his option in year 4. Like, it's been grasped on potential. Like that
based on positions, what you're trying to say? Based on.
That's the whole thing of
focused on.
The whole thing of the lottery, pick 1 through 13 or 14. I don't even know what it is now when it cuts off like you've been a lottery pick. But it makes sense why those guys that's like 16 to 30, 16 to 42, why those guys be on real contending teams making impacts.
Also, why is it the same teams that always draft well? And the same teams that always draft poorly?
I'll tell you, when I get my team, the teams that draft well, those guys will be working for me for sure.
Just you to offer them a bag.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to get
OKC does an unbelievable job with that.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
that's a fact. I was thinking about, you know this, so by like the end of my first year with the Clippers, we realized all of my catch and shoot stuff, I wanted to come over left shoulder.
Yes, sir.
Right? I wanted to come to my right.
Yes, sir.
And so for the next 3 years, every single time we drew up a play, it was to do that, right? When I got to like Philly, to your point about like guys not understanding this, when I got to like Philly and New Orleans, the coaches would draw up a play in the huddle, and I'd be like, no, I want to come over my left shoulder. Just flip it.
Yeah, just
and
flip
I'd walk out on the court, and then my teammates would be like, oh, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, no, just flip it. Which guys, by the way, the processing speed, I mentioned a few guys.
Yeah.
Guys you played
Kobe.
with, guys you played against.
Yeah.
Kobe.
That you think have that
Kobe.
sort of high-level
That nigga's a
basketball
genius.
Rajon Rondo.
Rondo. Oh yeah,
For sure.
For sure, Rondo too.
He can process, flip, do
For
things
sure, Rondo.
on the go.
Absolutely,
Like,
Rondo. Nigga's
it's
a
very
genius.
weird to me that he's not coaching at a high level. I think it's because he doesn't want to do it.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. It is a lot. And who wants to deal with all these rich, entitled guys all the time?
You guys make too much money now.
It's just a weird thing.
You guys make too much money now.
It's just a weird
Let's
thing.
get a cheers, man.
Let's get a cheers, man. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you for the wine, by
It
the way.
smells amazing, too.
Going back to that competitive stamina thing, because I was calling the game, and I knew this because I played in LA, but Clippers home games against the Lakers is not really a home game. Half the crowd are Clippers fans, half the crowd are Lakers fans. And so the arena felt very subdued, you know, because you guys were getting your ass kicked.
Getting our ass kicked.
The body language was bad. I think I even mentioned that on air. Like, you just saw it in the huddles. You saw it coming out of timeouts, going into timeouts. You saw it when guys were getting subbed out.
Yeah.
Like, it was just bad body language. And then, as Darvin Ham said, you decided to put your cape on and lead this comeback. You outscored the Clippers by yourself in the fourth quarter. In that moment where you're down 19 in the fourth, it's a dead game. You know your team is, I call it like letting go of the rope. You know, Doc Rivers used to always say that. Don't let go of the rope.
Yep.
What goes through your mind?
You probably got a few minutes to try to change it, or you're gonna get pulled. Knowing it's a back-to-back, knowing that okay, we lose to the Clippers, we got our ass kicked, okay, but we can't then in the very next night lose to Washington as well. So I go out there down 19, you know, with the lineup. I believe at the start of the fourth lineup it was myself, D'Lo, Jackson Hayes, Taurean Prince, Cam Reddish. So, you know, Coach drew up a play. First play, I believe he draws up Horns.
Two of the players at the top of the key in a horn action has a screen set for him after setting a ghost screen for the ball handler. So, my bad. When one of the two players at the top of the key in horn action has a screen Sorry, we're gonna say when one of the two players has a screen set for him after setting a ghost screen to the ball handler. So, be two players at the top of the key. One's gonna fake a screen to the guard or whatever, and then he's gonna get a screen after faking that screen.
Horn's chest.
So kind of like thumbs down.
And they
just,
fucked up on the Horn's chest. So we ran it again.
Oh yeah. Okay, I see. I like that. I like that play a lot. So you start here. You have. Wait. Well, how did it start? Sorry.
They fucked up.
So I'm guessing. So Braun set it right here for D'Lo, and faked it and went down and basically wrapped it, and then Jackson Hayes had the screen ready for him, right?
On the Horn's chest.
So he slipped it right. He slipped under. Perfect. That's a great screen, and it's not moving at all. That's that's not.
We ran it again.
It's a great fucking screen.
And there's another thing that bothers me about the NBA too. Why do we not continue? Just run the same thing over and over until they stop it. Guys would run a play one time, then you would score, and then they'd change the play. But anyways, we ran it again, and they fucked it up again. So I mean, for me, if I see 2 threes go down, I'm going to check and see if it's a heater in this right elbow for sure. And I hit another one. And at this point, now I'm feeling really good. I got a nice bounce in my step. We're getting stops, and I take one down the right wing, and PJ's picking me up in transition. And I rarely shoot the ball on the run.
Bow,
especially if the
lace
ball's in
that
my right
bitch.
hand, I rarely shoot it.
Yeah.
But
hell yeah. Oh yeah. Even though he's basically left-handed as well. As a right-handed person, hell yeah. That's basic basketball knowledge. But yeah, I hate shooting off my right, especially on a run. Like coming down off the run, trying to like pull it. Hell, I should feel weird. Left, I can hesitate, bro, but just lace that bitch every time, regardless. But I'm coming down on the right on a run. It just feels awkward to shoot it. But I hit most. But yeah, it just feels weird.
I had a bounce and I had a feeling. I felt like I said, if I can make this one go, I know. This is when like NBA Jam, you're on fire.
Yeah.
If this one goes, and I let that one go from the right wing by their bench. So I kind of almost bumped into T. Lou, and they called timeout. That's when I knew that the momentum can change. The momentum can change, and once the snowball gets going down that hill,
it's gonna turn
snowball turns into the avalanche, and the avalanche just turns into it's over with. So I just felt good at that moment.
It's a few things there. So, like with the 3-ball, we've seen it so often now.
They'll F you.
No lead is really safe.
I know the 3-ball, yeah.
Think back to early in your career. I came in the league in 06, 07. I played no minutes my first 2 years.
Yeah.
But you know what? If we had a 19-point lead going into the 4th, I might get all 12 minutes of garbage time.
For sure.
People would clear their benches.
Yeah, for sure.
This was 15 years ago.
For sure.
People would clear their benches with a 17-point lead in the 4th and 9 minutes to go.
For sure.
You can't do that anymore.
You can't do that anymore. You know why? Because I believe in 08, 09, or whenever that little light-skinned fucker came in the league that's in Golden State, he changed that whole narrative. He did. He single-handedly changed the no lead is safe. It's like Pat Mahomes right now.
It's interesting you bring up Steph because I think there's
Love that guy,
a
by the
long
way.
history
I love
of
Steph.
great players that have impacted the game. And you can see a lineage between different skill sets, right? Michael to Kobe, right? You can see that. I don't know that there's been a Michael to, and you can see a lineage between different skill sets, right? Michael to Kobe, right? You can see
Curry
that.
didn't have that.
I don't know that there's been a player that has influenced the game more than Steph, and you can certainly point to like Harden for sure in that era, Damian Lillard for sure, but. You're right. It started with Steph.
When it comes to influence, since I've been watching the game, the most influence on the game And obviously, we know what Mike did for the game.
Was probably
You know.
Curry. Damn, I should have changed my most influential.
Steph and Allen
Curry
Iverson
has
are the two biggest.
Fuck, I'm mad I didn't think about Curry. But yeah, like, bro, Allen Iverson, bro, like I said it in the last stream, bro, like, Allen Iverson changed the way we like players are. Not even just black people, but mainly black people, black athletes. Like, that nigga really changed. Without Allen Iverson, bro, like, the league would be so different, bro. Athleticism would be so different. And I'm surprised I didn't put Curry in most influential players of all time.
Influential guys in our game since I've been watching and covering it. You
Hell
know?
yeah. Damn, I didn't think about Curry.
They're 6'3", 6'4", if you want to.
AI is fucking 6
If you want to look on the back of a basketball card, you know, you always a lot taller on the back of the basketball card.
Curry 6'2".
You know, Allen Iverson and Steph,
for what they did,
were just so relatable, and kids felt like they could be them. They were guys that was not always counted on. They were small in stature, and they just defined the odds. So you got AI, who's like unbelievable crossover, cornrows, arm sleeve. We wear arm sleeve. Everyone wears arm sleeve.
Everybody want to wear sleeve because of fucking AI. Yes.
And he's going in the trenches, you know, laying it up over bigs, whatever the case may be.
Over Shaq, nigga. Straight killing them.
Shooting over the Empire State Building. You know, it's like those two.
Damn, I'm surprised I ain't put Curry.
Two most influential when you say the game, how they changed the game, and the kids, and like, those are two guys that you just wanted to watch every single night.
I have an arm sleeve because of Allen Iverson.
Like AI, like, bro.
No bullshit.
Listen,
no bullshit.
One of my tattoos is because of Allen Iverson.
Like,
for sure.
And Steph, I think he changed, like, the influence with Steph, I think, is like he fundamentally changed how we viewed how the game should be played.
Yeah.
With the 3-point shot.
Yeah.
Do you think, because part of the Steph thing and this 3-point revolution for a fan is that we have now simplified the NBA. All right, we're just going to shoot a bunch of threes.
Yeah.
My question to you, going back to that basketball intelligence piece, does the game require more basketball intelligence now, or does it require less than when you first started?
It's a good question. Great fucking question.
You can't ask me that because I'm always side on basketball IQ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Always. I think throughout the regular season, you can get away with a low IQ team if you're talented. You can get away with it in the first round and maybe get away with it in the second round. But when you get to the conference finals and you get to the finals, obviously the top 4 teams in the conference finals, they have players, unless a team just happened to hit a heater and they just get lucky. But the top 4 teams normally are going to be the teams with the best players, for the best coaches. And what's going to separate them is now the basketball IQ kicks in. Because there's moments in the game that a coach cannot prepare you for, film can't prepare you for, the history of the game can't prepare you for, where you have to have a basketball IQ to make adjustments right away. And if you don't have that level of mind frame or capacity, then a team like Denver, who has one of the greatest IQ guys that we've ever seen in Jokic, you know, Golden State, Draymond, Steph, any one of my teams, if I played you in the finals, myself, and when I won it in 20, it was myself and Rondo on the floor.
Ooh.
So I think,
like, I be forgetting as a Lakers fan. I remember watching, but like, our team was so solid. That was a solid team. Like, we had Braun and Rondo like allowed to play together, bro. That is so unfair. Even though his skills, like, you, and it's crazy because Rondo was looking a little, you know, the age was catching up, nigga. When it was time to really play in the finals, oh yeah, no, that nigga locked in. Rondo, LeBron, KCP was doing his thing a little bit. AD was tearing niggas up. THT was, you know, he was there. He was a player. Like, we was really fucking Dwight Howard. Like, we was really, bro. What, bro?
Those things help. I believe that when Golden State beat Boston, it came down to IQ in the finals. Because Boston,
in 2022. Oh yeah, for sure. 2022.
Boston had the better time.
No, that was 2020.
It came down to IQ. People say experience.
2022. 21 was Giannis.
IQ.
And 23 was
I made this
Nuggets.
comment the other day about Tatum. It feels like with him, the reads are quicker, making the right play, it's just quicker. He doesn't fight the game as much. I did the details thing for ESPN during that finals, and I did Clay was the first episode, Steph was the second episode, Tatum was the third, and so I had all these Tatum clips I got to go through and break down. I don't never watch the episode; they it's behind a paywall. But what I saw was on the isolations on the wing. So a lot of times would be in
the slot or high quad, the spot where the 3-point line and the line marking, or the like hash. Talking about the hash.
Slot.
Yep.
The high quad.
Yep.
Right.
Nigga, I'm tweaking the fucking slot. My fault.
And
I'm
they've
slow.
given him space.
I'm tweaking.
They would bring that low man over early.
Slot to my right there. I'm tweaked out, y'all. Slot right here. Right here.
Sometimes it was Draymond,
My fault, y'all.
but not always.
Not always.
Sometimes it was Clay.
Yep.
And very rarely did he end up getting the Golden State Warriors into rotation.
Yeah.
Now it feels like he's just making the play off the ball. Now, it did happen a couple times in that finals.
Yeah.
But it wasn't as quick,
Right.
and it was rare.
Yeah.
And obviously with their personnel, like it's different now
Yeah.
with Porzingis, but I think that's part of like the growth. So
That's part of the
even
growth.
going back to like the question about can you teach basketball IQ, in some ways it's innate,
Right.
but in some ways, if you're studying it and doing it, you can see the growth in a player.
Yeah, because I mean, there's a great saying that says the best teacher in life is experience, as well. And we look at Tate. I mean, he's 25 years old. He's 25 years old.
He's only 19. He's only 19.
He's been to the conference finals 4 times. Been to the obviously the NBA finals once. He's 25. I didn't win my first one until I was 28. I think Joker won his first one at 27. I think MJ was 28 as well.
Kobe without Shaq was around the same age.
Yeah. So
Steph was
So like, I think we have we have a lot of expectations on JT, but he's experienced a lot of.
Yeah, my fault. Kobe came in the league 90. He came in at 18. He didn't win his first one without Shaq till 08, right? No, it was 09. 09 though. No, his first. He has 5. My fault. He won in 09. 09 and 10. He lost in 08 against the Celtics. So he was relatively 28, 29. I mean, yeah, his first year was relatively 28, 29. His birthday was in August. The finals, he was 28. He was 28. He was 28 when they won.
In his
he didn't return
career
until
so far.
23.
And obviously, we everyone wants to see him get over the hump, but 4 conference finals in a finals appearance before the age of 26 that's elite. And like you just said, he's continued to grow, and they are in a position where they can make another title run. And like you said, personnel helps. Adding Porzingis and getting Drew for a bag of Lay's potato chips. That helps as well.
This nigga Flight finna be so excited. I mean, he didn't create that saying, but Flight, you know how Flight get. Y'all know how Flight get. He finna be so hyped. But hell yeah, he that was fucking air. He got it for fucking air. They got Drew for air.
JT is definitely the when you go and you start scouting for Boston, he's the number 1 guy for sure.
Basketball IQ to me, when you were earlier than me, when I first got in the NBA though, what that meant to me in some ways was being able to remember a play. Honestly, as simple as that. Being able to recognize patterns.
Yep.
You come out of an ATO, okay.
Oh my God.
There's a misdirection here. I know there's going to be a pin down coming, right? It's just that's pattern recognition.
Yep.
Offensively, defensively, it's just making the right read.
Yep, making the right read.
Knowing the game plan, like all that. That's basketball IQ. I think what's interesting about today's NBA is what smart coaches do and what smart players do, which did not happen when I first got to the NBA. Nearly every possession, all you're doing is trying to find the right matchup.
A target.
You're playing chess on the possession.
It's target basketball. Yeah.
And that to me is the biggest difference.
Yeah, that never happened.
Bro, I was watching a game. I was calling a game, actually. Guy had the ball, good offensive player, had the ball at the top of the key, and they're playing the Clippers, and end of the shot clock, 7 on the clock. Another guy off the ball is being guarded by Kawhi Leonard. And he comes up to set a pick and roll for the guy with the ball.
And it makes no sense.
And I'm like, that's just low basketball IQ.
That's just low basketball IQ.
Keep Kawhi away from the
That
ball.
is low basketball IQ.
Fucking
That
stupid.
is low basketball
Fucking
IQ.
idiot.
That doesn't make
Why
any
would
sense.
you
And
put
that happens a lot in our. And I'm gonna go back to when you first started. You said remembering a play. How many guys fuck up a play out of timeout? Burns me alive. It burns me alive that a coach can sit there and guys, all 5 guys, 10 eyes.
And it's so interesting. Okay, I'm gonna go for the side of what he's saying, not because like there's other factors like anxiety or like all that shit. I'm talking about like, bro, you just have to know you and maybe like you just have to know what you're doing. Like just know what you're. He shows the 5. He writes it down. X. Okay, you're the one gonna be here. 2 gonna be here. 3, 4. If you're the 2, you just have to watch the 2 the entire time. And whoever is affecting you, like say the 3 come in, he goes to the down screen, or it's like a DHO come from the guard, and you gotta like afterwards, you gotta start like make a move with it. Like you just gotta know your play, like what you're doing, and you just fuck up. That shit interesting.
I'm looking at the play and they come out of timeout, fuck it up. Bothers me so bad. But yeah, like you said, you knew, like when you played, you had 2 reads. I'm coming off left, right, and if the big is not up,
that's a
I'm
shot.
shooting that
Wow.
bitch. And if the big is up,
Hello,
I'm pocket
bounce it.
passing.
Yep,
Yeah.
bounce it. Thank you.
What else are we talking about?
Well, the one other thing, sometimes the big would be back, right? And I'd get the stun off the
And you get the
passer.
stun off the pass.
So like when I played in Philly, they would do that off Ben, and then I would just kick to Ben, and he's got a head of steam going down the lane.
Well, I mean,
right?
and when Ben
you gotta,
was in the city,
you got to read the nail guy too.
you got to read the nail guy.
Don't kind of like underestimate.
Well, that's not. Well,
my
that's not.
reads.
Well,
Come on, man.
well, yes, I agree. I agree. I was more thinking with the Clippers. I was thinking more with the
okay,
Clippers. A pocket to.
It's so weird though because even like the coverage on catch and shoot stuff, and there's not a ton of catch and shoot guys right anymore. Where like you're not running floppy. That doesn't happen a lot.
Yeah.
But like when I first started running it, or like Ray in Boston.
Ray,
When you're running that,
Ray
you would
was
always
crazy.
stun up with the big.
With the big.
And the pocket pass was always there.
Always there.
Once teams started playing more drop coverage, they just kept the big back and catch and shoot.
Right.
And so a lot of times that help would actually come off the passer. So if they knew we were in a catch and shoot play, kick to me, the help comes off the passer. Then it's I got to make that read back to the top.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, because now offense is so more extended now. You know, the big could be the guy that can help up a little bit because, if you look at like Rip Hamilton, at the time he wasn't coming off their floppy down action going to the 3-point line. He was coming off more elbow action, so you can kind of, contact help with the big, and then mostly when we came in the league, there was a point guard in the front. There was another forward at the free throw line, and there was 2 bigs. So even if you did get extended a little bit when you made the pocket pass, at least the other big, X4, X5, could come over and help. Now, well, in Boston's case, it's 5 guys on the perimeter at one time.
Nobody's in the paint.
Nobody's in the paint. You have Drew, Jason, Brown, Porzingis could be at the top. He could be, you got Derek White. They're all over the place. So, the level of where you help from has changed a lot because the bigs in basketball history have been programmed to help no matter where they are, and that's where the IQ comes in too. You got certain bigs that if I just drive this slot, and they say, don't help strong side shooter in the corner. That is the easiest 3. You just know that there's certain bigs that he's going to leave no matter what because he's been programmed his whole life to protect the rim.
Bro, like this was so cool. This is so. I really hope they keep this up, bro. I'm please. Please. Please keep this up, bro. I'm so serious. Like, bro, like that was really good. I really fuck with that, bro. And I respect the shortness. I want the episodes to be longer, but I'm not complaining. I respect it. I could stay on to watch another vid, but I'm gonna go ahead and just get off now. Like I said, the next 3, what's tomorrow? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm gonna be working. My schedule resets, I guess, Friday or whatever. I don't know when my schedule resets, but whenever it does, I'll know when I'm coming back for sure. But unless I get off early, those 3 days, I'll be back probably Saturday. You know what I'm saying? I'll be back. But yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here. Y'all have a good night.